the first half of my rookie year was tough. I mean, I wasn't playing a lot, not producing the way I had envisioned, and you start to lack confidence in a sport, any professional sport. If you don't have confidence in yourself, it's tough. But I think halfway through that year, I got an opportunity to play. I started playing with Marty St. Louis. The coaches showed confidence in me, and I started having confidence in myself. And I think from then on, I haven't really looked back. I started training with Gary Roberts after my rookie season, and started realizing what it took to be a good player in this league, and how consistent you have to be both on and off the ice, and realize how hard you have to work to be that way. And that's something that I take pride in now.
All right, perfect then. But when you look at what happened last season, I mean, could you have even envisioned, looking at the way that you were progressing, that you were going to have a season like that?
No, I mean, I can't sit here and say it was, going to score 60 goals in the NHL, but having scored 50 a couple of years ago, that was kind of always going to be a goal of mine heading into the season. You always want to improve from the previous years, and I thought, 2 years ago after the All-Star break, I kind of went in that slump and learned a lot about how hard you have to work in order to keep progressing and staying consistent. And I think that was a little bit of a wake-up call for me. I progressed as more of a complete player too in that playoff run, and just headed into last offseason knowing what I needed to know to be consistent game in and game out. And you got to have a few bounces go your way to score that many goals, but it was fun. It was too bad I didn't do it in a season where we made the playoffs, but that's just something to build on for next year.
One thing, when you look at that little slump that you got into, now I got to mention something that's a little bit painful, but I was there in Pittsburgh when you played and you had that penalty shot and you just kind of stumbled at the circles and slid down behind the net. Is that kind of a microcosm of the way things were just sort of going at that moment?
Yeah, I guess you can say that. When things aren't going well, sometimes they snowball, but that's what I've learned now, is how to stop that effect when it happens. When you do go a couple games without a goal or a point, getting back to the basics and getting back to the work ethic that made you successful in the past. And going through that slump, when things aren't going your way, you start to blame other things. You start to cheat on the ice. You expect things to happen when before you're making things happen. And that's part of the maturing process of playing in the NHL. And I was able to learn that, and hopefully can learn from that, and it doesn't happen again.
And also having just the season that the team had versus what you had, it's even a little bit more amazing that you kept doing what you were doing when you looked at your team as a team going through a really rough season, even though you were having really a stellar season yourself.
Yeah, I think it's tough to really enjoy it as much as you want to because of that reason. Obviously you want to have personal success, but you want to have team success with that. You feel much better about yourself and about the whole situation that way. So it was tough not going down the stretch when I knew I had a shot at 60 goals excuse me, knowing that our team probably wasn't going to be in the playoffs was tough. But I think having the coaching staff and the teammates that I had, all the sacrifices they made sure I got the best chance to score. That 60th was amazing on them, and shows the type of guys we have on our team. I mean, I think our game is growing so much. Obviously, Tampa won the cup not too long ago. Anaheim won the cup not too long ago. Now LA. We got Florida back in the playoffs. So your non-traditional hockey markets are starting to create that buzz, and I think with LA winning the cup, it's just going to grow the game more, and it's only going to get bigger and better from here.